I may need to retract my suggestion for women to hit on men more so, because y'all are showing how bad you are at it.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from Peas World titled "The Me Too Movement Hit the Wrong Men. Now the nice guys aren't approaching." So this is absolutely hilarious, right? Women relied on the fact that nice guys were going to continue to approach them as they went into their 30s. But now it turns out that even the nice men, right? The good, nice guys who were supposed to be there until they were 35, these men are not there anymore. So let's jump into it.
The Me Too movement failed because it hit exactly the wrong people. Actually, like, the point of the Me Too movement, other than just, giving women a platform to talk about this sort of thing, was that it was supposed to scare bad actors, like whip them into shape. Like, women aren't being quiet about this stuff anymore, so your dirty laundry is going to be out there if you don't act right. Except that's not what it did. Because bad actors are usually bad enough not to care about the consequences, but what you do scare is the nice guys who now think that it's illegal to even approach a woman. And I'm genuinely not exaggerating here. The number of men that are in my comments saying you can't approach a woman because it's actually illegal, like you'll go to jail, is utterly insane.
Modern women thought that Chad and the bad boys would honestly listen to their complaints as if they had some magical power over them, but that's just dumb. Those men don't care what these women have to say.
And it was never the OG stories about actual SA. I think everyone acknowledges that those were real. It was all those women who wanted to be included and didn't really have a story, so they kind of pulled something borderline about a guy just being creepy, even if he did nothing wrong, just to feel included. There are literally women who will make videos about guys who approach them anywhere in public and just say that they're creeps for talking to a woman that they don't know. Now, does this mean that those guys are right and you will actually go to jail? No, they need to get offline and touch grass. Real men go out and approach women every single day, and if you can find me an example of a guy getting thrown in jail for just talking to a woman, I will eat my words. But it does mean that women can't have it both ways. You can't just complain about a man talking to you and then also complain about a different one not talking to you in public just based on whether or not you find them hot. I understand what the Me Too movement was trying to accomplish, but it completely misfired. It didn't hit the predators, it hit all the men who were already worried about being creepy.
That's not the point. It's not that men will get thrown in jail for talking to a woman. It's the risk of a woman flying off the handle and overreacting to a dude she finds unattractive approaching her. There are some serious risks to that man's reputation if he approaches the wrong woman.
I don't even think it's the average guy's mindset anymore to think that girl's attractive, let's try and speak to her. I think it just stops at, oh, that girl's attractive. Because you want to speak to her, but I think we've all given up. I think everybody has given up on the prospect of branching out from the bubble that they're in, and they've just said, yeah, fuck it. It's all right to just say, yeah, she's attractive. That's it. The girl that's in the same queue as you, the same cafe, the same bar, you just think she's attractive and move on with your life. I think that's the mindset that you all have. I don't even think you have the mindset of she's attractive, let me try and speak to her.
Average men weren't given any other option. The world told average men to never approach women, to leave them alone unless those very same men fit into a very specific and unreasonable set of standards. The threats of violating that order were too extreme to ignore.
Are you approaching girls at a bar?
Me?
Who, me?
Who, me? I'm too nervous. I just wait in the corner and sip my drink and be mysterious.
I honestly find that guys aren't approaching girls at the bar anymore.
Weirdly enough, yeah, me neither. I usually would hear my friends be like, oh my god, I'm gonna go up to that girl. I'm like, okay, cool. No one really does.
It's like one of your friends said it to me recently. So another guy I know said it to me, and I'm like, you're all very attractive men, and they're like, I am terrified, I'm anxious, and then I'm like, you don't even have to be anxious because you're so attractive they're coming up to you. That's why.
This is exactly why men don't bother approaching at the bar. If a woman sees an attractive man, she's naturally going to approach him anyway. If that man is not being approached, then the message is loud and clear to not even bother.
Here's what I think about when it comes to men approaching women. Why don't you do it more often? Honestly, I'm getting sick of everyone being like, well, women have just shoved us out so hard where they don't want to be approached anymore. I'm like, okay, listen. First of all, you can tell a vibe if it's there or not immediately, right? A guy came up to my friend and I at Boondocks and he was like, are you guys from here? And we're like, yeah, or we're not from here, but live here now. And whenever you go to Boondocks in Scottsdale, you know they're going to be surrounded by bachelor parties, okay? So just keep your eyes open, keep everything peeled. You're going to probably be around some guys that are trying to look to just be there, hit it and quit it, which is,
So men aren't supposed to approach unless the vibe is right. But it's interesting how these women never describe this quote-unquote vibe. And that's because it's not real. They know which men they want approaching them, and 95% of men know it's not them.
I mean, good for you. He came in and he was asking us where they should go. And we're like, you don't have anything planned? He's like, no. I'm like, okay, well, that just seems like wrong, and it seems like an excuse for you to come up to us. But like, we weren't mean to him. We were just like talking to him. Like, it was a conversation. I think like, if you could just go up to a woman and have a conversation, why not just try it? I don't get it. The Falcos in Scottsdale. I think the biggest thing for me is that I'm a confident, outgoing person. I really do have no problem going up to someone, but like, I want to see if a man has confidence and comes up to me, because that's what I ultimately find sexy. You know, like,
whenever these women talk about men, they're referring to Chad. It's fairly obvious, and they can't understand why a man like that actually never approaches them. And the sad part is the reason why is fairly obvious as well.
If you have confidence and you have a good personality, and you come up to me and you have no problem doing it and having a conversation, like, I'm into it. I think that's really sweet. Obviously, it depends how the conversation goes. If I can read that you're just kind of like a weirdo after that, like, then I'm going to be like, okay, swerve, right? But you can hold a conversation, then most likely I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, how you doing? I don't plan to meet the love of my life at a bar, but you never know. It's just getting to a point where I'm like, wow, men and women really are not speaking at bars anymore. It's everything I wanted and more. You would have thought I haven't eaten in days. What the fuck?
There it is, right there. It's not enough for the man to walk up and start a conversation. He has to lead that conversation and make it entertaining enough for her standards. There are rules within rules. Most of them are unspoken, and men are sick of it.
Okay, I posted a video about like how a man approached me at the bar, and I was like, that was so funny, blah, blah, blah. Like, why don't more men do this? Because they're not doing it anymore. And then so many men were coming at me like, no, women should approach men. You know, like, we are so done being disrespected and blah, 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 blah. Listen, here's what I have to say. My girlfriends and I had a really good conversation about this last night, and my one girlfriend works in a barber shop, okay? So there was one barber who has been married for 25 years and counting, and then another barber who's 35 and single, okay? The married man was like, yo, what is going on with dating these days? Like, what is happening? What is going on?
He could get the answers to her questions by asking average men, but she would rather have her absurdity backed up by the nonsense her single friends tell her. Single women are not experts when it comes to men. That is why they are still single.
And the single guy was like, well, I'm done approaching women because they're disrespectful and blah, blah, blah. The married man was like, okay, well, what happens when you get rejected or whatever? Like, what do you do? Do you just move on and try again? Like, what are you doing? And he's like, no, I actually fight them on it. And I want to like prove my point and just like let them know that they've been disrespectful. And like, whatever, I'm going to argue it. And he was like, why don't you just take the L, move on, and then try again? What do you think that I did? I didn't get rejected before I found my wife? What do you think is happening?
The difference is that 30 years ago, women weren't nearly as insufferable as they are today. This isn't about just getting rejected. It's about getting rejected, followed by insults and emasculation on top of that.
That has happened since eternity. And all of a sudden now all these men are like, nah, 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 cry back baby bitches. Sorry, maybe your mom coddled you a little bit too much, but that's how it works for women approaching men as well. And this is what else I have to say that I kind of clicked in my head, because so many motherfuckers like to tell me, oh, you're masculine. No one wants you because you're masculine. But then you guys are dead ass on the next TikTok saying, well, you should approach men. Oh, so you want me to try to be feminine for you?
He just explained exactly why men are done. The second a man tries to make a valid point, she goes straight into insulting him and calling him a coward. There's no point in talking to a woman who is that mean-spirited.
But then also have that masculine quality of like going up to a man and like inserting my dominant. Like, what do you want? What do you want? 1 + 1 = 2, and 2 + 2 = 4. Then what the fuck do you want? I saw this happen in real life last night. I was a DD for my friends, and they went out, and I was like, bye them, whatever. This drunk ass man goes up to my friend who's dancing, and she was like, get away. Like, I'm good, dude. Like, and he was blacked out. You could see his, like, one eye was this way, the other one was this way, okay? And he's like all over my friend, and she's like, dude, please, like, get away from me. He dead ass, and I have the clip and I'll put it right fucking here. He goes like this. He's like trying to fight her because she was not interested in him.
So her opinions on men are based entirely on an interaction between a drunk man and someone else, and she honestly thinks this is an accurate representation of all men everywhere. Make it make sense.
What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? I don't care who this person is in this video either. Like, that was fucking weird. What men are not understanding when it comes to women is that I have to have my head on a swivel 24 fucking 7. Women have to have their head on a swivel and be aware of their surroundings more than men. Point blank fucking period. I have to worry about like my maintenance workers like around here being like not too nice to them. Nice enough, but to the point where they don't think that I'm gonna be fucking like, hey, come into my apartment. I need to like draw that line because I'm a fucking woman.
Again, she's proving why men aren't bothering anymore. She thinks men just walk around completely ignorant of his surroundings, as if men aren't victims of violent crimes. That's not a gender issue. Being aware of your surroundings when you're out is part of being alive.
If I am getting approached by a man and I'm not interested, whether it's he's not my type, he's not funny, he's being weird, women have a gut feeling. There are so many different reasons why, like if a man approaches me and I'm like, no, this isn't it, blah, blah, blah. There's different types of reactions. There's one last night, this guy came up to me, he was nice, but not my type. And I was like, no, I'm good. And I had a good conversation with him. And then we moved on with our life. There was other men that I'm like, get the fuck away from me. And it's warranted. So if you are one of those people that are just getting rejected time and time again at the bar, look inward. Are you being creepy? Are you trying to what are you trying to do?
First, she's complaining that men don't approach. Then she blames men for not approaching in the right way. I mean, at this point, the more she rambles, the more she's proving that she's the actual problem in this situation.
You expecting a woman just because you go up to her to just fold and be like, yeah, okay. Do you expect us to just accept every single time a man comes up to us and think that you're gonna take us home? Do you really think that? And then do you think that we aren't already on edge 24/7 everywhere we go? Literally, I walk around the fucking bar like this. When I'm walking around, when I'm chilling, when I'm doing anything, I walk around the bar like this because I don't want to get fucking roofied. Are y'all fucking kidding?
She has set men up for failure and is furious with them when they don't win. Either he's a coward, entitled, or apparently just wants to spike her drink, whatever. She's made it impossible for men to approach, but it's still our fault when we don't bother. Make it make sense.
If a woman rejects you, then look inward. You're probably a 3 punching and trying to get an 11. Dude, look inward. You guys act like it's fucking rocket science. It's not. You're being a bitch. Women can go up to them, but you all want a fucking feminine woman. And honestly, kind of approaching a man is a more masculine trait. So we're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't. And you guys can suck my dick.
Men don't approach her because she's not a nice person. She's combative, she swears like a sailor, she's full of herself. I mean, even if a man approaches her, then she's already deemed that man to be ugly. And then she has the nerve to complain that men aren't talking to her. It truly is an absolute mystery. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Peace.